Greg, thanks everybody for coming out today. I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you all today. Just to give you a little roadmap for where we're going, I'm co-presenting with Craig actually, so he'll be back up here in a little bit. But I am from the AAA, so I want to give you a little overview of what we do at the AAA, provide you with a little context for why the American Avalanche Association has been leading the charge in this pro-rec avalanche education split, and then delve into some details of the split and focus a little bit more on the professional side before Craig comes back up to provide some more Utah specifics and focus more on the recreational side. Oh wait, I did not. I'm back on. I didn't get a clicker. Maybe while the video plays, I can get a clicker.
We can't have you clickerless in Salt Lake City. That's not how we roll here.
Yeah, wait. Oh wait, here it is. I think that I found it.
You're there.
Got it.
Are you so?
Yeah, good, thank you. Great, so I probably don't have to tell you anything more about the American Avalanche Association now. But I will, once the next part comes up. Okay, so the role of the American Avalanche Association in the industry is one more of connecting and helping share knowledge and information across the industry, all different segments of the industry. So we play a really supporting role across the entire industry. A little background. In 1982, the Avalanche Review, which is our trade journal publication, it was published for the first time. And then in 1986, the American Avalanche Association was incorporated as a nonprofit right here in Utah. Since then, we have been striving to support, connect, represent avalanche professionals around the United States. Who are avalanche professionals? We're ski patrollers, we're forecasters for highways, forecasters for public forecasting centers, we're guides, we're educators, we're search and rescue personnel. So today, the American Avalanche Association as a nonprofit is mission driven, and our mission is to promote and support professionalism and excellence in avalanche safety, education, and research in the United States. So this mission guides our decisions of what we do and how we do it. Currently, the AAA has a variety of programs that we're supporting that we hope really contribute to the industry. The Avalanche Review is clearly one of our flagship products. You can come check it out. We have one more copy over at our booth that I told Lynn, the editor of the Avalanche Review, she can't give it away until the end of the day, but come look at it. We offer professional development workshop grants to support events like this. We offer research grants to both academics and practitioners. We run the website avalanche.org, which provides a public portal to Avalanche information in the US. And then we have been playing a role in Avalanche education for a number of years. So the AAA Pro Rec project, as it has been come to be called, the goals of the Pro Rec project have been to develop distinct Avalanche training progressions for both professionals and recreationists in the United States, and facilitate improvements in the education for both of these user groups in doing this. And ultimately, the question that we asked, this project's been going on for a couple of years now, but the question we asked a couple of years ago was, is there a need to change the existing system in the US? And if so, what are some ideas on doing that? The resounding answer to that question amongst the segments of the industry that we were asking was yes. There is a need for some change. We want to better reach both recreationists and professionals with the Avalanche education offerings that we have in the United States. So there's been this project over the past couple of years. There's been some time spent in the snow. Groups of Avalanche professionals from across the industry have gotten together. We've hosted a number of different meetings. Time spent in the snow, time spent sitting around inside and discussing, okay, what are the core skills that an entry-level Avalanche worker should have? Or, you know, what is the best solution to better serving Avalanche education needs for both professionals and recreationists? And there's been a little bit of this as well, pulling our hair out, because there's a lot of details to track, and just a lot of different perspectives to hear across the industry. So at this point, we are continuing to progress with the plan. I'm going to give you a few more details of the ProRec split here in a moment. But just this fall, the AAA Governing Board adopted the proposal as the plan, so we're moving ahead with it. We're continuing to seek industry input and get as much industry buy-in as possible with this. We have hired an interim pro training coordinator to oversee the professional side of the program, and we've continued to host a variety of meetings this fall. And we're aiming for a rollout in winter 16-17, although I'll also say that there are some details that we're still trying to hammer out, so we'll see when it actually, if it's 16-17, that's great, and if for the best possible outcome we push it back, then we do that, and that makes sense too. So here's an overview of the system here. So on the left side of the screen, you'll see there is the recreational Avalanche training progression, and then crossing over the dotted line to the right side of the screen, you get into the professional Avalanche training progression. And so everybody, whether recreationist or professional, starts on that left side of the screen, whether it's Avalanche awareness or taking your level 1 course. Those are things that everybody out there will continue to do, and this is the side that Craig is going to speak a little bit more about in a few minutes here. But level 1 will continue to happen and be very similar to what it is currently. The industry has identified the need for an Avalanche rescue fundamentals course as a one-day module. So we have that in there as after you take your level 1, which will still have some rescue components to it, then you'd progress to a rescue fundamentals course. And then the level 2, recreational level 2, will have updated curriculum guidelines that will better serve the needs of recreationists. If you're working professionally or interested in working professionally after the level 1 in rescue fundamentals, you would proceed into the professional side of the stream with Professional Avalanche Training 1 or Pro 1 course that's focused on entry-level workers and providing kind of core skills that entry-level workers might need on their job, whether they're ski patrollers or guides or forecasters. And then for some folks who are progressing in their careers to maybe some leadership roles within their organization, they may choose to take a Pro 2 course that focuses more on skills that folks in a more leadership role would need. These courses are only one piece of the system. You know, we're looking at course lengths of 5 or 6 days, and obviously you can't, that's not where the training starts and ends. Continuing professional development, mentorship, on-the-job training, these are all other key components of this educational system. And then finally, just a little look at the kind of oversight system. So the American Avalanche Association, we've taken on a leadership role here, and our goals are to produce guidelines and core skills, identify core skills for the professional courses. We're doing this in conjunction with folks from across the industry and also with work from the AAA Education Committee advising us on, okay, what is really needed by entry-level workers or workers moving into a more of a leadership role. The American Avalanche Association will then ultimately have some processes to oversee and monitor the courses by monitoring the course providers and having a system for approving professional level course providers, and similarly monitoring and approving trainers, so the instructors or teachers on those pro courses. And then the trainers and the course providers will work together to teach these pro level courses, whether that's the Pro 1, Pro 2, or the Pro SAR course. But that's what I've got right now for the overview of pro training. I think I'm going to hand things back over to Craig, and I will be at the American Avalanche Association table the rest of the afternoon. So if you have more questions or comments, please stop by, whether it's about this or other AAA topics.
Awesome. Give it up for Jaime Musnicki. Thank you.